Quickly, your reaction on this extraordinary plenary session. There was lots of sadness, but there was also a pouring of solidarity towards the British people, but also pragmatism that the UK now does need to move forward.
Look to the reality on the financial markets, look to the turbulences with the pound downgrading of the United Kingdom by rating agencies. We are in turbulent times and therefore we have no time to lose. The appeal of the European Parliament that the United Kingdom's government should open and trigger Article 50 as soon as possible is, in my eyes, a very important message, and I hope that the Council, together with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in the afternoon, will find a roadmap.
But there's nothing in Article 50 that forces the UK government to trigger Article 50. So what can the EU do?
No, there's nothing in Article 50 which obliges the government in London to trigger Article 50. But we should not forget there was a referendum when the majority of British voters voted to trigger Article 50, opening the negotiations about leave the European Union. We have not a legally binding decision, but there is a referendum which is legally not binding as far as I know, but politically.
You mentioned there that this referendum is not legally binding. So is there a chance, possibly, that there could be a U-turn? Is there a chance for a second referendum?
I don't know. And this is not up to me as President of the European Parliament to make any comment on it. I take note about the outcome of a referendum, and my experience is that the will of sovereign decision of people must be respected and taken very serious. Therefore, it makes no sense to speculate about a new referendum if such a result is just 5 days ago. Therefore, my feeling is that we should start the negotiations about the procedure. We have no role model. It's the first time we have to develop it, but together to develop the roadmap and to define the next steps. When on the way, on the road, something will change, then we can always discuss about that.
But do you think these negotiations, once Article 50 is triggered, that they can actually be conducted and concluded within 2 years, or is that a bit too optimistic?
No, I think we should not wait too long. The United Kingdom is a very important country. This is a G7 country. This is a permanent veto member of the Security Council. Years and years lasting uncertainty is for sure not good for our economy, neither for our currency, neither for the single market of the European Union, nor for the market of the United Kingdom. Therefore, we should act boldly.
But in this period of instability, which could carry on for a few years now, what do you see happening to Europe and also back in the UK, as we talked about the volatility of the markets there?
Could somebody imagine 5 or 6 days ago that the international rating agencies in New York, like Fitch or Standard & Poor's, downgrade the United Kingdom? They didn't downgrade the single market of the European Union. It is a high risk to be cut from the biggest single market of the world. Nobody wants to humiliate the United Kingdom. You have to respect also the worries of the government. They have to go to the Parliament. They have to define their roadmap. Fair enough, but we should not wait too long. Therefore, the resolution of the European Parliament spoke today about as soon as possible.
Now, as a politician, as the President of the Parliament, do you personally feel responsible for the outcome of this UK referendum?
This was an internal debate in the United Kingdom. Juncker and I, we contributed a lot to the compromise David Cameron made and put to the referendum. Now, under the leadership of Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage, a majority, partially misled by that campaign, voted to leave. Is this the responsibility of Jean-Claude Juncker and Martinom Schulzom or whomever? We didn't participate in that referendum, the other way around. We were asked not to interfere in that referendum, and now there are people saying you are responsible for the result. I didn't trigger the referendum.
And then just lastly, you talked about not embarrassing the UK, so will it be business as usual at the Parliament for the British MEPs?
They are members of the European Parliament as long as the United Kingdom is member of the European Union.
Okay, thank you so much, President Schulz. Thank you.